Good morning, everyone. In today's lab, we are going to work on the second lab for DP200 certification exam, which is the implementing an Azure data solution. And this particular lab is available on the GitHub. Actually, from Microsoft Learning, there are 9 different labs that are designed to help you pass the certification exam and do all the hands-on, understand what you need to know to be able to complete all the hands-on questions that may appear on the exam. So we have completed the first lab. We're going to be working on the lab number 2. I'm going to provide this link and the link to the detailed lab guidance, what to do, in my video. So let's just get started. To do this exercise, you will need an Azure Active subscription. If you do not have one, please go ahead and register a free account for yourself. It's telling that we will approximately need about 60 minutes to complete the lab. So save about the time for yourself. And let's get started. So if you look at the overview, students, we should be able to determine the appropriate storage type to implement against a given set of business and technical requirements. So in the first video, we have gone over lots of types of data solutions that are available from Azure. Blob storage, data lake storage, Cosmos DB, you name it. Many different type of solutions. Okay, and based on your business need, you have to determine which would be the best data storage for us. In this exercise, we will learn to create the basic Azure storage account, which really combines 4 different types of containers: your blobs, your files, which is the SMB supported, then your table storage and queue storage. And then we will also use the data lake storage account, and we will understand the difference. If you have blobs and if you do not need any analytics on them, Azure storage or Azure blobs would be the cheapest and most effective solution for you, but it only provides a one-dimensional hierarchy. But if you need data analytics to be performed, and if the data is huge, massive amount of data, you would prefer to use data lake storage account. And here it provides a multi-level hierarchy, so you can create folders and subfolders and stuff like that. And quickly, data lake storage version 1 and version 2. Version 1 is the older version, and Azure is now recommending that you should be using the version 2. It's most up to date and got the latest and greatest features. Okay. So in the lab, after the complete lab, we should be able to choose the data storage approach in Azure. You should be able to create the Azure storage account, Azure Data Lake storage account, and also we should be able to upload some data to the account that we are going to create. So every lab, they have a scenario. In this particular lab, you're hired as a senior data engineer to implement a technology solution that is part of the digital transformation project. Organization is migrating the ISS that hosts the company's website to Azure, so on-prem to Azure movement. Developers are in the process of transferring the web applications and its logic to Azure Web Apps, and they have asked you to prepare a data store for them that can be used to host the static images that are used in the website. So few things that you already know from this particular paragraph, that your requirement is you have blob storage, static images that you will need to store, that you're storing possibly somewhere in some storage account within your some hard disk, data disk in on-prem. You will move that to Azure. In addition, the information services department have informed that that the team is expanding, okay, and they will soon join the data scientists to start process building predictive analytics solution. Now this is interesting. So now you have the static images. If I only have static images, I would go with the blob storage or default storage account. But here the keyword is predictive analytics solutions. If you want predictive analytics, if you want AI, ML, basic storage account is not the best. All right, let's keep going. You have, so I would probably go with the Azure Data Lake in this case. You have been asked to set up a solution that will be used to host the production environment of their work. In the first instance, you assess that there is approximate storage tier to assess the what is the appropriate storage tier to create the solution. Okay, so to me it looks like we should be looking at two different storage account, and just to be more efficient and most cost effective, and that might be the solution that you want for for some of the storage accounts, storage requirements. You use one type of storage account, and to meet other type of storage demands you use another one, just to be most cost effective. Again, always think about cost when you're moving to the cloud. Let's see. So first, choose data storage approach. So here they're saying from the case study identify the storage requirements for the static images of the website, and as I said, if I am the data scientist, I'll go with the basic storage account. Why? I don't need to perform any analysis on them. We just need to store, and I want to be the cheapest but the best massively available blob storage. Just does that. And for the predictive analysis, I'll go with the data lakes solution. All right, task one: identify data storage requirements and structure. Uh, this is just they're saying just Spain what we just talked about. Just discuss and think what storage account you should be using, and if you have any other type of solution that you come up with, please leave a comment, and I'll see that if I agree with you or not. All right, so the first lab really starts here. Create an Azure storage account. So here we'll try to follow the lab guide as closely as possible. Create the Azure storage resource group called AWRGS2ist. We'll just copy that and replace the XX with the your initial. So let's just copy that one. Okay, I'm already logged into my Azure account, so I'll just create a resource. I'm going to copy that, and this is just asking us to create a resource group. So I'll just search for resource group, and I'm going to create a resource group, and let's say create a common storage account in the region closest to the lab location where resource group. Create a container called images, phone calls to it within that storage account up to store some graphics to the image container. So that's pretty simple. So here resource group is this. Okay, no space, and I'm going to change that to AB as per my initial. East-US is fine. I'm in the East-US, so I'm going to create. Hold on. First, let me make sure this is a resource group. Okay, inside the resource group, we're going to create the storage account. Okay, that's good. We're still doing good. Okay, so that is my resource group. So you always need resource group. Resource group works as the overall container for your work. So in this resource group, and how do you know? It says that's the resource group right below that, and that's icon is unique for the resource group. So here, I'm going to click add. Now here under the resource group, we're going to add some storage account. So just click on storage, get the storage account, click on create. And now we'll configure the storage account as per the lab requirements. So here, instead of RG, they are now using SA, which is storage account. So resource group is good. Let's put this, and let's change that to AB, see if it's available. It's not available, so we 1, 2, 3. So this storage account name has to be globally unique. So that's another thing that you should know. Remaining standard application kind of applications, see if they have any given any configurations for them. They have not. Okay, let's see. So we are really following these steps, and you can also follow this, which is like they are giving in a little bit more detail. So we are really over here location. They're saying they go with the standard one, storage v2, RAGRS, and hot. Okay, so these are all default then. Okay, so let's come back over here and just explain just a little bit what they are. So location is pretty simple, what location you want. Your performance, you can use the standard or premium. Just note that as of today, December 16th, your premium performance only supports blob, I mean page type blobs. So if you want any other type of blobs to be supported, this one you cannot use, at least today. So if you click on over here performance, it will store what they are. Standard storage account, they're backed by magnetic drives and provide the lowest cost per GB. They're based for applications that require bulk storage or where data is accessed infrequently. Premium storage accounts are backed by solid state drives and offer consistent low latency performance. They can only be used with Azure Virtual Machine Disk and are based for I/O intensive applications. Okay, so that remember that. And the premium one will give you 99.9% SLA. Storage account, again, for Azure recommends for most purposes you have three different choices: the blob storage, the storage, and storage v2. Storage v2 is really an upgrade from the storage v1. Blob storage does not support all types of containers. Blob storage only supports blob types. Storage v1 and v2, they both supports the blobs, the file store, the table store, and the queue. So always go with v2. Always the is the most advanced, latest and greatest. It is the cheapest. And this one is the redundancy. Redundancy, what kind do you need? You have multiple types of redundancy based on your region. Not all region got all of these type of redundancy. Your cheapest one would be your locally redundant storage. That means you have only redundancy within a data center. Maybe your data is replicated in 3 different racks. If the data center breaks, if one rack fails, you still have redundancy available to you, but if the data center fails, you will not have that. And as you go up, you can have zone. So even if a data center fails, you will have the data available in a different zone. Then you have the geo redundant, which is even if a zone fails, you have another completely different region that is globally unique. So another part of the world, you will have the data available. Read access, you will have a read access capability in a location where your data is duplicated, and things like that. So just spend some time, and this is the default one, we're gonna go with it. And let's see if anything else. And hot is if you just the default tier. When let me see if they're still asking you to select the tier. It looks like they are not, because the hot is the default. They are not letting you choose it anymore. But whenever, if you need your data in frequently, hot would be the access tier. It would be the default. You can change that later to cold or archive. Okay, cool or archive. And here they're saying no need to worry about the networking, so we'll just go and click on review and create the storage account. It doesn't really take too long. It's going to go through some validation checks here, and as soon as this is done, we can go ahead and click on the create button. So it's now, yeah, its validation is not successful, so I'm going to click on the create button, and this one should create my storage account for us. Okay, and again, it does not take too long. It's now processing. You can look the deployment over here. You can click on this icon to see the notification what is going on with your account. So all this is going on. Let's go back over here. So we have created, and now once we have got the storage account, we'll be creating some containers. Okay, we're gonna create blob service container, and within the container we'll create a folder for images. So we'll create a blob and then a container. Alright, so now this deployment is now done. I'm going to click on the go to resource button to go to my storage account, and see you have storage account. It supports containers, files, tables, and queues. Now just because you have this, you see you have no place to upload your storage. This is just types of files, types of services is supported by the storage account. So first we'll go on inside containers, and if you see there's still no upload file or anything like that, any button. So you really have to create a container first, and this would be the blob container. Okay, so container name, they are asking us use this container name would be the images. Okay, so come back over here, name is the images, and let's see what kind of public access they want. It's private, so here you can choose different type. If you don't want anybody outside the world to give access, just go with the private, that's the default. If you want to give only the name of the containers, you can choose blob. If you want to give access to all the contents, then you can go with container anonymous read access for containers and blobs. We're going to go with the public anonymous private anonymous access for now, and that's all. There's no more configuration, so just click create, and now you have the container that is available. So now if you go inside the container, now you have an upload button. Okay, now you can click this upload button, select some files and upload it to your store, to your image container. Let's see what they're asking us to do. So, so they're saying, okay, repeat 3 4 to call couple more containers, phone calls. So let's just do that, and both with private access. So phone calls and tweets, those are the 2 more containers that we need to create. We'll just come back over here, go back over here. So here I'm going to create 2 more phone calls, create, and then we need tweets. Okay, then container and tweets. So we got 3 different containers that are ready to load some data if we want. Just come over here. Okay, so this we already got. Now they're asking to upload some graphics to the image container for the storage account. So here in the upload blog, so this is they're asking 4 different images they have uploaded. They're saying they have some images already available. So let's just go over here and let's take a look at the images that they have in the lab itself. So let's just hold on, let me go open up the lab. So if you really absolutely want to use the lab images, you can go to lab files. Okay, lab files starter. Let's see, this is lab files. Let's see, static website graphics. I think that's what they had. Yeah, no. So let's just download these files. No PNG. So save image. I'm just gonna put it in a desktop and create a folder dp200 and save this one. There are multiple ways to download these files. Okay, you can create the whole folder from GitHub. I'm just doing it manually. I just always want to see what I'm downloading and not download everything else that I don't need. So let's see. Alright, I think I got all of it. Let's come back over here to the lab. So we were here. Okay, so we have done all of that. We have done our this, and now in the images container we're going to upload this folder. So let's come back over here, go inside the images, click on upload, and then select file. You just click on this and then desktop, and then you have all these files. Let me see if I have multiple files. Yeah, multiple files can be selected, so I'm just hit Control A and hit open, and it should upload, and I need to click on the upload button. Before I do that, let me make sure upload block to Okay, so I'll just click on upload. They are asking us to do all of those files, and look at that. It's just within seconds you have all those files uploaded to your images container. So that's you for the website. You have a solution. They can store all of the images in here, and for any of the images you can click on that, and you will be given the URL. If you have private access, you can access it. There are multiple ways to access it. You can create a SAS token and be able to access this file as well. Security is a different topic we're not going to discuss today in this video, but spend some time to understand security of your storage account. Let's come back over here. Let's continue with the lab. So we have done that. Load all files will take approximately 5 seconds. It took it probably even less. So what is the result? After I have completed the exercise, now we have created a storage account with a name that has a container name images that contains 4 files that are ready to be used for the website. We have accomplished that. Okay, now let's think about Azure Data Lake storage. So here let's just get started and create a data storage account. So how do you do that? Let's see what resource group that we want to create. So here let's just get started this time with Azure Data. We just need to start another storage account. Okay, let's come over here. Let's come back over here. Let's go to the resource group. Okay, where's my resource group? Come back. And if you want to find your resource group, they are right over here. You can also search for resource group. Okay, and click on that one. That will list all of the resource group that you have. AWRGSTUD. HRSTUD. So this is the same resource group they want to use. That is fine. So what we want to do, we want to create an add button again. Here, actually we don't need the resource group. We just need to go inside the resource group. Inside the resource group, we're going to create another storage account. And this time when we create, we will be creating this account as a data lake storage. So okay, let's see now how they want us to name this account. Okay, so this is the difference. So storage account name is now going to be AWDLS Data Lake Storage, and then some unique parameters. So I'm using the same resource group. I've made a unique storage account name that we're going to make this as Azure Data Lake Storage type storage account. REST, let's see, location the same, performance standard is still good, S2 is still good, everything else still good, but now we have to work with the advanced tabs. Okay, so this time everything else is still good, but note that this screen has changed to some extent, so we'll just go to the networking. Really we have to go to the advanced tab, so I'm not changing anything here either. Go to data protection. This is another view that was not there maybe a month or 2 back. They made the data protection really clear here. Go to advanced. So this is where you have some new options that you have to go through. So last time we didn't even bother to go to these steps. We just go into the default option, and if you look at it, by default data lake storage gen 2 is disabled, and it says it's a hierarchical namespace. And I told you that this ADLS gen 2 data lake storage hierarchical namespace accelerates big data analytics workspace and enables file level access control rest. So this is what you need for data lake storage. So in this text, this time in this storage account, I'm going to enable this feature. Okay, let's come back over here, and that's what they're saying. Secure, you don't need to really bother about anything else, but this and as I said, the data protection here, they were combined you under the advanced tab, but now in here your data protection is now they got a dedicated tab for the data protection. So all you need in here is really you enable the data lake storage and do. All right, let's come back over here, and that's all you need, and then it create storage account. So let's just create the storage account. Let's just quickly review if anything else is needed. Nothing else is needed. Tag in a production environment, I always recommend. I don't need any. Let's do the validation. Validation is successful, and let's see if anything else is interesting from here. Nothing else is interesting, so I'm just looking at anything that's sustainable for data lake storage. Even here I don't have anything that is that for the data lake storage it's not saying that I have enabled anything in here. I think they I feel like they should put that here in our summary that we have enabled the data lake storage. Okay, let's create now. So now we are creating another storage account. The whole process is very similar as creating a standard storage account. The only difference in this one, we went to the advanced tab and we said, okay, make this storage account as a data lake generation 2 storage account, so that we have support for hierarchy, and which would enable us to do the big data analysis very easily, or make the process very fast. Okay, now let's go to the resource. Okay, if you see again, we still have the similar support. It's still a storage account. Okay, although we are saying that it's a data lake storage, it's all of these are really the same. The difference I can think, it says containers, now it says massively scalable data lake storage. Look at that. So it's supporting the similar type of containers, but now this one has containers that would say massively scalable data lake storage. Now, just to give you the view and prove you that you have something different, I'm just opening up this portal in another tab, and I'm going to go inside that particular resource group again, and storage account. If I go inside this one and look at that, here containers, scalable cost effective storage for unstructured data. So that one is the one we first created. It also supported all four, but when you made the account as data lake storage, now it's telling, hey, now you can support massively scalable data lake storage. Okay, so let's just look at this one. Okay, now I don't have any containers, so let's go back to the lab. Let's see if they're asking for anything else. Okay, so we got this. Now they're asking create and configure container within the storage account. Okay, so that should be very simple. So this time they're asking, let's create two containers. One is name, another is log. So let's just do that. Should be very easy for us to do. We have already done that. There's no difference. So data private. Okay, data, I've got the container inside my data lake storage. Now logs, logs, and hit create. There we go. Now we have two different containers, just like we had images and stuff like that inside the basic storage account. We have this configured. So now again, let's upload some data to the Azure Data Lake storage. So here they're saying install and use the Microsoft Storage Explorer. So they're saying, okay, you already know that how to upload the data using our upload button. Let's use another technique. So in this lab, they're asking you to go ahead and search for the Azure Storage Explorer. You download it and you install it. It's a very simple installation. Works. It's a cross-platform. It's about if you have Mac, do the same. Similar install for Windows and Linux. I think I already have it, so I'm just gonna search for it. Azure Storage Explorer. So I'm just gonna click on it because I already have it. I'm not installing, but for you, just go open up this link. Okay, and then Storage Explorer, you just select what kind of platform you're using, download it and install it. And all the guides that they're here. It's very similar and easy. Okay, so once you have that, let's come back to the lab. What do we need to do? Okay, on completion of the installation, ensure the checkbox launch Microsoft. This is just basic. So once you download it, open it up, and so once you have that, so you should have a window like this, like it's opening up right now for me. So just give me a second. So Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer. So once you have downloaded and configured and you're opening up, you still need to connect this Storage Explorer that you have to the storage account where you have created all these all the two different stores. Okay, here's something. I'm just gonna click close. Here, that icon right there, manage accounts, you can click on that one. Actually that one, yeah, that one usually gives you. So here, let me just remove that one. Okay, yes. Okay, so now add an account. Yeah, so now once I do add an account, here are the different options that I can configure. So let's see how they're asking us to connect. So select add an account, which we have just done. If you want to sign into the into a national cloud or Azure stack, click on the Azure environment drop down and select the Azure cloud you want to use. Once you have chosen your environment, click sign in. Alright. After you have successfully signed into the Azure account, the Azure subscription associated with that account are added to the left pane. Okay, so what you need to do in here, Azure environment, so you have different environments available. Right now we are in the standard Azure environment, so you just click on next. Okay, so Storage Explorer, it's just asking you to sign in to your main account. So let's just try that. And what it is going to do, it will bring all of the information of all the storage account that you have within this Storage Explorer. Okay, let's see. I think I have my password correctly entered. So now it's loading, and look at that, and then just say apply. And it's now loading. It's just gone to the Azure subscription, and look at that. It knows about the storage account. It knows that I have two different storage accounts that we have created. In this one, it's labeling this one as ADLS, that means Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 account, and the other one, it does not have anything in parentheses because this is a simple storage account. If I click on this one is now giving me 4 different type of storage. Let's click on blob storage and see. Yeah, we have the data, we have the log. Those are the files that we created. And in this one, it's still taking some time. Let it load. While it's loading, let's come back over here and let's go with the next phase. So what we have done so far, we have downloaded the Azure file storage, we have connected to that account, and now we are getting ready to upload some data files and logs to the container of the Data Lake Generation 2 storage account. So what we need to do, let's get the lab files We need the few labs. So over here, let's come back over here and let's see logs. I'm gonna go to the log files. Really, you can use any files. I'm just trying to be. Uh, I'm gonna click on raw, save. Excuse me. That's the first. Another log, and for these I'm just going to the raw file and then saving the pages. So it should save the raw file for me, and web logs again raw and save pages and save. So I should have all three different log files with me now. Okay, so choose files to upload, open upload file. So here we're going to use this storage explorer, and then we also need the data. So let's just first get done with the logs. Okay, okay, so over here by the time you have all those files and folders, they are now properly loaded. And even if we loaded some images just to show you that, yeah, so even from the storage explorer now I know that what are the images I have. I can now download, upload more images and stuff like that. Let's focus on the lab, go back to the logs, and now they're saying, hey, upload some log files. I can click on the upload file from here, and no file selected, click on this, go to my desktop, and these three are the log files. I'm just gonna select and open, and destination directory is all good. The root destination directory is where we're uploading the files, and those should be available. Okay, so this is what they have, the image, and we have just done that, and now I have this available over here. So another thing you can also do, and what I recommend, since you're doing the lab, you also go back over here to your Azure portal. This is a data folder, so we just uploaded something to the logs. You go in there and verify that you can also see it on the portal. Okay, so we have successfully completed this portion of the lab. Next thing that we need to do, we need to upload something on the data, and there is only one file that we're going to be uploading to the data folder. So let's just go back again over here. There is another file that we need to download. So let's look at data. Probably, what is the data file name? Let's look at this. Under the static files, I should have a data file. So let's go under the static files, and here's the data files. Let's just click on this one. Again, I'm gonna click on raw, and I'm just gonna save and put in the same place. Come back over to the lab. So we want to upload that inside the data folder, and they have two different files in here, so I'm just wondering if I should try to find another one. But let's just go over here to the data folder, file, Azure file store, and for data, go in here, upload files. The lab only is asking me to upload this particular dingdate2.txt file. Click on this one, need update, and it should be here. Now transferring data, now its upload is done, so it's a blob. Okay, so let's come back to the lab. As you explore the data file, click on new folder button. In the new screen, in the new folder name, type output and close down the Azure file storage. Okay, so here what they're showing that you have already done a creation of these containers from the portal itself. But if you want, you can also create blob container from here. Let's see what they're asking us to do. One more time. It's in the data file system. Inside the data file system, we're going to create a new folder. So here inside data, new folder, okay, inside data, click on new folder, and we are going to say output, okay, and hit enter. So what I have now, I have an output folder inside this particular Bob container, which is the data container. Can I do the same for the images? We can. But this is what where our lab kind of ends. It's just saying end the storage explorer, return to the Azure portal, navigate to the home plane, and just take a look at what you have done. So let's just come back over here. So this is the container, regular storage account. We created 3 accounts. We uploaded images. We made sure we showed you the functionality. And for the Azure Data Lake storage, we have created 2 folders. The data folders, we have uploaded some data. We have also created a folder called output. It's empty right now. We also created another folder for logs, and we have uploaded some log files. So that's about it. That's how easy it is to create a basic storage account and a data lake storage. So data lake storage is really a very optimized type of basic Azure storage account that is optimized for big data analytics. Okay, and the deployment configuration is very simple. So just know that if you just have some storage requirements where you're just only storing your blobs like images and videos, and you don't need to perform any kind of analytics on them, go with the basic storage account. If you do need massive data storage requirement and you want to perform analytics, go with the Data Lake generation 2, and only just go to the same storage account, create one, go to the advanced tab, enable the Data Lake storage hierarchy support, and you're done. All right, that's the end of this lab. If you like this lab, please give me the like button, press on it, subscribe, and if you have any comments, please leave a comment. If you're studying for the DP 200 exam, good luck. Thanks for watching.